Today we're talking about the difference between Sauvages, so the Eau de Toilete, Eau de Parfum and Parfum version, and which of them is the best. 3, 2, 1, let's do this. Hi, my name is Monika Cioch, and on this channel we talk about fragrances. So if you're interested in fragrances, then subscribe to this channel and let's get on with today's video. First up, we've got Eau de Toilete Sauvage. I've got the bottle. I just bought it because I think it's a classic and it should be in my collection. So I've got that, as well as I've got 2 samples from Dior, the Parfum version and also the Eau de Parfum version. And many of you asked me which ones I get. I want to get Dior Sauvage. It just shows that Sauvage, the original Sauvage, is a massive success. And to be honest, Dior is one of my favorite designer houses. I love it. All of the fragrances, I think, have got such high quality and they are really, really beautiful in my opinion. So I sprayed all of these fragrances on my skin a while ago, a good 5-6 hours ago. I did that just to test the longevity, the sillage, and also how they develop on the skin. So first up, let's talk about the scent. So all of these are a peppery, citrusy scent that is very masculine, but they are all tiny bit different to each other. So for Eau de Toilete is very, very fresh in the opening and very peppery. So it's got bergamot and pepper. Also the ambroxan is quite harsh, so it is a very strong opening. I really like it. Now going on to Eau de Parfum version. Eau de Parfum version has a very similar opening to the Eau de Toilete in my opinion. It's also very fresh. It's got the bergamot, also the pepper. In my opinion, it's a tiny bit more spicy in the opening to my nose. So it's got, I believe it's got some cloves in it, which makes it a tiny bit more spicy in the opening. Then if we go to the Parfum version, version is the most different, I would say, out of the range, and it is a bit more sweet, a bit more kind of leathery, woody. I really, really liked the opening of the Parfum version because I do like a bit of sweetness in male fragrances, and this has got that freshness and sweetness together. So that is the opening for all of them. Now in the middle, they do develop and they all are quite a bit citrusy. So they're citrusy and woodsy. They're very fresh. In the dry down, we've got a bit of a difference. So with Eau de Parfum, Eau de Toilete, sorry, you've still got that freshness and spiciness in the dry down, whereas both Eau de Parfum and Parfum versions, you've got quite a lot of vanilla, sweetness, benzoin coming out. So they are both a bit more sweet. This is a much more refreshing kind of scent, and these two are refreshing but a bit sweeter, especially the Parfum version. It's quite a bit sweeter. It's beautiful, but it's got that freshness missing. To my nose, I do like the Eau de Toilete and the Eau de Parfum better than the Parfum version in the dry down, and I do really, really, really like the Parfum version in the opening. As for longevity, I find it quite a bit surprising because usually the Parfum version is stronger than the Eau de Toilete, but not always. And in this occasion, Eau de Toilete is definitely the longest lasting fragrance. I can still smell it from about here. So it's not fully a skin scent, whereas the other two, especially the Parfum version is gone. It's literally, I have to search for it and I can barely find it, and it has been, a couple of hours. So for longevity, I would give the Parfum probably a 3 out of 10. It's not very good at all. For Eau de Toilette, I would give it 9 out of 10 because its longevity is great, but I have some other fragrances that perform a bit better, whereas Eau de Parfum sits in the middle, so I can still smell it, but not quite as much as the Eau de Toilette. So I would give the Eau de Parfum about a 7 out of 10. When taking into account the price of this fragrance, Eau de Toilette is obviously the cheaper than the Eau de Parfum, and the Parfum version the most expensive. And it's quite interesting that the Eau de Toilette lasts the longest, then Eau de Parfum, and then the Parfum the most expensive. So that is something for you to consider when buying this fragrance, definitely. As for the sillage of this fragrance, Eau de Toilette is great for about 3 hours. You can smell it. It's got like a little bubble around you, so it's very, very good for the Eau de Toilette. Eau de Parfum is about the same, and the Parfum, it only projects for about half an hour, and then it just dies down to a skin scent, which is regrettable because the opening is so beautiful to me. I wish it lasted longer because the opening is my favorite out of the 3. So the sillage, the scent row, I would give it a 9 out of 10 because it's great, but not the best out of the fragrances I own. Eau de Parfum, there's loads of options. Eau de Parfum is about 6, and then Parfum I would say 3. Who would I imagine wearing this fragrance? To me, this fragrance is an everyday sort of scent, or a bit more of a summer scent. It's perfect for just day to day. It's not too strong, but it's strong enough. It's long lasting, especially considering the Eau de Toilette version. It's refreshing, it's masculine, it's very likable. I really, really like it. And currently, because my nose has been irritated a bit by Bleu de Chanel, I actually prefer the Sauvage version at the moment. Dior Sauvage. I do think that both of the fragrances are great. I prefer this one a little bit over the Bleu de Chanel at the moment. I want to say at the moment, because something happened with the Bleu de Chanel and I can't smell it that much anymore, because it's just something in that fragrance. I don't know what happened, but something, we oversprayed it when we did B-roll or something, so I have to take a break from it, and I'm sure I'll love it again. I would smell it on a guy in an office that is going to a meeting. He just looks like a normal person. I would say this is a very normal but good smelling sort of guy. Also, the scent is extremely versatile, so I would definitely recommend you going and getting this one, because it's very likable. All girls will like it, men will love it, and it's just a good basic staple scent to have in your collection if you're looking into getting into designer fragrances. This scent, I feel like it's good for like a 18-year-old up to, I don't know, like 60, 70-year-old. Anybody could wear it really, anybody could pull it off, and it won't feel like you're wearing something that just doesn't mesh with your age or look. It's an excellent scent in my opinion, and Dior have done very well. With the Parfum version, I really, really enjoy it, but it's such a shame that it doesn't last long. But I would still recommend you guys try it out, because to my nose, it's very, very nice. You can get same kind of scent and longer lasting, but I would just go and sample this one because it's truly special, and I think it's a bit more special than the Eau de Toilette version. But if I had to choose and tell you guys which one to choose, I would choose the Eau de Toilette. Like I did, I purchased the Eau de Toilette because 1, it's the cheapest out of the 3, 2, it lasts the longest, it has the greatest projection, it just wins, and I think it's a no-brainer which one to go for. It's also incredibly refreshing, beautiful. Yeah, I just really, really like the scent. So if you're asking me which one is the best, I would definitely say the Eau de Toilette is the winner on this occasion. And one more thing. Look at the sprayer, guys. I love Dior sprayers, and oh my gosh, it's got the best sprayer. The bergamot is so juicy and fresh. It's wonderful. Wow. Love it, love it, love it. It's not the most unique fragrance in the world, but it's good. Give a little thumbs up for this fragrance, the Eau de Toillete, the winner of this battle. And now let's check out the comment of the day. If you subscribe to this channel and press the notification bell so that YouTube really lets you know when I post new videos, because otherwise it won't really. And then you comment. I do read all of my comments and I shout out one per video. So today's favorite comment is from Jimmy with a Y. A YouTube search for Parfum de Marly brought me to your channel. That's interesting, that's so good. And I'm so happy to see you both enjoying Layton. I had recently received samples of both Percival and Layton and really enjoy Layton. And Evie was so dead on when it came to Percival, a complete clone of Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce, which I don't care for that much. Most likely because I'm accosted, I don't know that word, by the scent every time I walk past an Abercrombie & Fitch shop. Thank you so much, Jimmy, for leaving your comment. It's funny that you totally get what Evie said, and I totally get it too now she said it. If you like listening to podcasts, I now put all my videos in a podcast form on my podcast, so I'll link the link in the description box. Also, I post every Monday and Friday. If you've got any videos you would like me to make, leave me a comment down below and let me know which version of the Sauvage you prefer the most. I wonder which one is the most popular in you guys' opinion, and which one is the best. And remember, if you love it, you can wear it no matter what the marketing team tells you. Somebody asked me in the last video if they can wear Chanel No. 5. It was a guy, and I said totally. Many guys actually do, and it's a very unisex scent. So go on and enjoy your fragrance journey. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.